Good morning, everybody. NC4XL, North Carolina for extreme lovers, and I'm not just Dom, the darling old man. A lot of my videos are designed for all of our new Parks on the Air members, those who follow the hobby of chasing, and I hope not to offend those that are seasoned vets, but sometimes it's nice to reflect back on some of the things we've learned over time and maybe even discuss them with other new people that are coming aboard. So that's where I'm sticking my nose in. And if I offend anybody, let me first tell you I'm sorry. I'm not here to do that. I am not a paid professional. I'm just an old man. And these are things that I like to do before the Lord takes me home. Today we're going to talk about what is an entity. What do people mean when they say entity on Facebook? Parks on the Air POTA has given each park that qualifies to be in the system a park number. It is referred to as a park entity. So that you understand that when people refer to park entity, it's the park number. Okay. When you go to the app, or not page, the page where it shows the spotting page, the awards, and so forth. What I want you to do today is I want you to play a little bit, but I want you to go down to where it says My Stats. And when you click on My Stats, then you're going to see it populate. It'll come up with activated parks. That's the ones that you may have activated, and it shows you what bands you activated on and what modes you activated on. So there is a record of that. The next column down will be hunted parks. Now this is the one that we're talking about today. This is the one that I really want you to look at, because there's always been folks that say, well, how many parks and how do I get a list? And if you want a list of the parks and you want to experiment creating your own type of map or so forth with, immediately after you click on Hunted Parks, let it populate. Then it's going to do a drop down. Okay, and you're going to see all of the countries listed there. And when I say countries, I'm talking Alaska is classified as its own country, American Samoa, all the way down. And when we get down to like the United States and you look at all the CUSAs, this is going to show the areas that you have worked, okay, that you have already contacted, okay, and how many QSOs you had there. When I say worked in QSOs, I have made, let me put my glasses on so I can see. I have made 20 contacts to Alaska. Out of that, I've got 13 different parks that I have worked, but I have 20 contacts. We'll just go down here to the United States just to just give her some larger numbers. I have 3,644 different parks in the United States out of 30,478 contacts. Okay. If any of these countries I wanted to see what park entities or park numbers that I worked, and I'm going to just click on Turks and Caicos Islands, okay? I click on it, and it gives me another drop down, and then it shows Turks and Caicos Islands. I have 5 QSOs with 2 unique parks. And then it shows the park numbers, TC0002 and 0006. When I want to look at it, and it shows the date that I worked them on the August the 3rd of 2023 and March of 24. But when I click on the word view, view will bring up the information showing that I worked Kilowatt Italy 5 Uniform Bravo Tango stroke Victor Papa 5. And I worked them on 17 meters, okay? And I worked them at 2052 time-wise. So that is a way of looking at some of your country, we'll say like DXCC, so forth, by going to hunted parks and looking at the drop down. That's a great area to play and look around. Each park that is in the system, and not all parks qualify, so please, brand new people, you can suggest if it's state-owned park, not a privately owned park, and it meets the qualifications, your mapping coordinator only your mapping coordinator is going to make it happen. So the suggestion is send your mapping coordinator for 4 land, 5 land, 6 land, or whatever. Send them the coordinates, the name of the park. They will do the research. They will add when it's time if it qualifies. If it doesn't qualify, don't get mad because it's next door. At present, we are over, at present, 53,000 parks between the United States proper and our DX partners across the pond. So there's plenty of parks to work. The thing that I wanted to share with you, when you work your contacts and you go to the My Awards and a little donut circle around and it says you have worked, and again this is terrible getting old, you have worked parks hunted. I have 4,394 parks worked since I've been a hunter. I'm trying to get to 4,500, and there's some folks that have more time, better antennas, better propagation, different elements that will allow them to achieve the larger numbers. I'm grateful, but every time I hear a park, I want to work it regardless if I've worked it or not, because I'm not going to go look at the list immediately to see if I worked them before, because I try to work each and every activator all the time. Getting a new park is very joyful, and one of the tricks to achieving another new park over ones you worked all the time, and it's simply this: don't limit yourself to voice. Don't limit yourself to voice. Get on CW and you will pick up more new parks, because the folks that run CW, they always seem to be in the parks we don't have on phone, because they never come on phone to put the park out, because that's their joy, which is great. We all have different things we like to do. But that's another way to pick up some new parks, is to get off of phone and go to CW. Now, I'm not a digital person, so I am not going to promote it. Don't bash me because I don't like it. I don't care for it. That's just me. I want to be able to communicate with a person and it be a legitimate contact for me, myself, and I. That's how I live. But there's other modes that you can play with to achieve these parks that are in different parts of the country. Some of them are in DXpedition. So Uh, that's my explanation on a park entity today. A park entity is an assigned park number by Parks on the Air of a park that qualifies to be in the system. Every contact you make, even if you worked the park before, is a step towards another achievement. Repeat offender, operator to operator. So, thank you for your time. I hope that this is informational enough that you find it worthy to share with other folks. Appreciate you joining us. May God bless. November Charlie 4XL Lima NC4XL, sometimes called North Carolina for extreme lovers, and I'm not. Just Dom, the darling old man, 73s.